presence is water.
I need your presence.
Your presence is water. This song's dedicated
To everyone.
Everyone who made it.
Yeah.
Any test or trial.
Hopeless situation.
Hopeless situation. Now you have a story.
The angels can't sing.
Angels can't sing in glory.
You're redeemed.
You're redeemed from the hand of the enemy.
Yeah. Here we go.
Whether it's in the courtroom, fighting in the boardroom, trying to feed your family, kicked out underneath you.
Just let's give it up to them. Stand for it, just stand again. Thank you guys for joining us today. So we'll start firstly. Seun, what do you remember of your first encounter with our lovely sister?
First encounter. Let me see. Where was the first time I met her? Actually, the first time I met her was I gave her a lift to college. That was the first. I've actually heard about her, but I've actually never met her before then. I know my sister has spoken about her before, and I know she's done in one of my auntie's place before, but I didn't actually know who she was. And I think there was some arrangement between one of my aunties and an auntie that she was starting college in Minute and I was finishing up. So, and I kind of just gladly, nicely offered to drop as soon as I live in Lucan and she lives in Lucan, going to Minute. And she's doing engineering, so it's kind of like my timetable is literally similar to her timetable, even though we're different years. I think that was the first time, I hope I'm correct, I think that was the first time from memory that
No, the first time she walked into your car, and then what was
it was, I thought it was just,
wow.
To be honest, I actually didn't. I didn't actually say that, to be honest.
you thought that?
No, actually.
Never crossed your mind?
No. It was more just, it was just a lift. And she was nice. And she was nice to, it was nice company. We were going to college.
This young girl, she was able to turn it for you, When you were finishing college, she was just coming in.
I know the answer, don't mind them. Your mind was too pure, too holy, too clean.
To behold all that.
Thinking about anything. Too many things are in this mind now.
I don't know, but I think that it was just a nice lady that I just gave a lift to, and obviously I was just meeting the obviously I did
Okay. Our sister then, what was your first encounter when you saw him at first? What were you thinking?
Nothing.
I said this uncle was doing
Where was the first
place?
place? Excuse me. You are assuming that we met. Please ask the same question you asked me.
Oh, sorry. Well, when was your first encounter? When did you first hear of him? What went through your mind when you first met him?
Properly, it was in his car. Well, before that, I had to call him to get a lift.
And what was it like on the phone? Awkward?
No, it was actually normal.
It was normal?
Yeah. No, I just saw a big brother.
Exactly. Well.
Big brother, huh? Okay. And then when you met properly in the car then?
Yeah, I wasn't the only one that used to give a lift.
You weren't the only one. Who else?
There wasn't anything to read into it.
Were you sitting in the front or the back?
Obviously front.
Depends on, I used to come with.
Hey, big girl.
It It depends on who he picks first.
Wait, what, you didn't pick you first?
Sometimes it did, sometimes it didn't. Sometimes it would be nice enough to like come closer to where I live. Sometimes it would make me walk 20 minutes
That's what I'm getting at.
to.
Yes, our pickup point, if you want to know, was Eurospa. And sometimes I could either pick her up in Foxborough if I was feeling led. But the normal pickup point was Eurospa.
Was there any time you felt that you had to pick up at home? Or was there any reason you didn't?
No,
That
don't
also
get-
did not, you know.
I would normally go out of my way sometimes. So there are times I have picked her up in front of her house. Maybe she was running late or something like that. Yeah, but I did that too for anybody I was picking up. So there wasn't that much of a. There was nothing there at that point to drag out.
So was this the stage where you start picking up from Eurospa and picking up from your house? Is that when it kicked you that
Or what was the stage? When did it all change?
Okay.
I would like to know.
When did that fashion happen? Fashion back.
Let me see. When did it change? I think it was between that February, March, April.
Of the same year?
2014.
Well, what? 2009. When did you start coming? 2009 was when you started, wasn't it?
2008.
Yeah. So it was 2009.
So that
So-
same year.
Was it? Is it even that same year? Or the year after?
So
No, actually it wasn't. Because she did the first year and then I went in to do my master's. And it was during my master's year that I actually spoke to her about.
Was it because of
what? I don't understand.
No. Okay. So I think I picked her up for my first year and we were just simply friends. And I think into my master's year, I probably wanted a little bit more than friend at that point.
Probably.
So you started picking out
That
from
wasn't the
home.
question you
Exactly.
asked. It's true.
Okay, so how did you approach the situation? What did you do? How was different? We wanted a little bit more. What did you do?
When it comes to things like that, I'm kind of a direct person. So I went to her and I expressed my feelings to her.
Was it during one of these lifts as well, or was it different? Like you?
I think I might have. I probably called her and told her that I wanted to talk to her. I can't remember where we actually met to talk, whether it was in college or whether it was in Tesco.
Just say she will remember.
Oh, I sent her. She remembers. I sent her a text. You see, so I know there was a communication between the two of us, and that was kind of where my intention began. She might be able to clarify.
Okay, so when you got that text message,
How do you know it was the text
she
message?
said text. You know, sister.
Yeah.
So she said text message, brother. Sis, what was going through your mind when I said we want to talk? What were you thinking?
Oh, this brother, what you talking to me about?
Did you have a feeling what it was?
If I remember clearly, the text was not to talk. I think the text was, would you like to be more than friends? Or
And he was really direct.
Talk about direct now.
Direct for direction. Well, okay, so we asked, will you want something more than just friendship? And then you to say yes or you said no. Because he was direct, were you also direct or were you direct?
I was polite.
Wow.
What did we say?
I was polite.
Let me put on shoes.
No, I said thanks, but I wouldn't want anything to ruin our relationship because at that stage it was
Like a
my
brother.
big brother, personal advisor. Even when it came to relationships, he would be the one to help me out with the other suitors.
Why is it only like this? That guy is not good for you.
Can you pray for 1 hour?
I am more interested in this.
When you were giving those advice, what was going to be your mind?
Those Dublin boys.
Okay, well, actually, to be honest, because we started the first year as just being friends, so I suppose, and Tosin knows how to kind of walk away if she really wants to be your friend. So it was all kind of platonic friendship at that point. I think everything changed the moment I said my mind to her. For me, I suppose it works both. You could say nice, or maybe it would have even been nicer if I didn't say anything, because but then if I didn't say anything, I suppose we might not be where we are now. But I say, from the point I made my intentions known, this is, let's just say our relationship, everything started to change more or less from that point onwards. The advices were based on genuine advice at that time.
I am very, very interested in that aspect, because that is where we need to learn. Probably this may be one of the reasons why some of our brothers are here today. You see, when you were just friends, was it anywhere at the back of your mind that you could end up in a relationship with her? Just yes or no?
Yes or no? Yes.
Okay, it was somewhere at the back of your mind.
Initially, no, but at some point it became a yes.
Okay, it became a yes. So, just try to get your mind back now. Before that idea was suggested to your mind maybe by sight or whatever, before it was suggested to your mind,
Yes.
you were giving her advice
Yes.
relating to other interested
Practice.
guys. All right. And as at that time, the question I'm asking is very important. As at that time, you were just
Friends.
plainly giving her the advice you would give to your sister.
Yes.
Okay. And then, at a point, the idea now came that this girl that everybody is interested in, that you are the one helping her out. There must be something special about her that I'm not seeing. I'm telling you the way our mind works as human beings. You know, there could be something special about her that I'm not seeing, and then you started thinking in that direction. After you started thinking in that direction, did the advice change, or the boys, the other guys, they ceased coming, or did they still come after you were still advising her?
I suppose at that point, I was, no matter what, I was still a friend. But so I think once we get to that point, that was where I felt I needed to say what I needed to say to her.
Thank you, and that's very important, because this is where I have had in my career as a pastor to young people, this is the point where I have had the most problem to face. Guys who don't speak when they should speak. The right time when they should say their mind, they miss that time. And then,
It's a window now.
You know, they miss that time, and once they miss that time, and the lady now has, I don't like using the word falling in love, but is already standing in love with somebody friendly. You know, already standing in love friendly with somebody, then they will now start reacting.
True, sir.
They will now start reacting, and then they will say, she jilted me, but they never spoke. So that is just a big lesson of tonight, and I really admire your courage that you did not allow that time, because it went on record that you have spoken. So there is no way, and I'm sure she too will be careful from that point. She wouldn't want to come and say, see this boy, what do you think about him? Because you've already spoken your mind. Tosin. So how did you handle that area?
It was a mixture of two feelings. I was a bit disappointed.
Why?
Well, because I just thought what we had was precious. And I just felt like...
From my brother to Suto.
So I just felt like... Is this because he's giving me lift and we're seeing each other? Familiarity. Yes, I avoided him for the rest of the semester and summer.
I thought.
No, well, I was actually quite polite. I told him that I just didn't want us to ruin our friendship. That it's nice that he thought of me as a candidate.
You said in quote, "Hi bro, thanks if whatever I have said to you, but I think it will be best for both of us, and in order to not to ruin our friendship, that I start taking the bus or finding my own way to
I don't recall.
Maybe not exactly those words, but that was what I registered in my head. The summary of it was, like I said, things changed from that point onwards. Lift wasn't so much of, okay, I'm giving you a lift anymore. It became like, there was it's like, oh, I'm seeing this guy again. And so don't get me wrong, once in a while I still gave her a lift. But
it
wasn't like before anymore. Yes, ma'am.
When did you get convinced that this is the person?
Okay.
Can we rewind a little?
All right.
How did her avoiding you make you feel?
Very valid question.
I wasn't actually hurt. The funniest thing is you couldn't avoid me that much because we were in the same engineering building. I know a timetable off my...
I like that thing.
I know the place to walk by and I know when she'll be coming out. Not that I was talking about, it just happens that we were in the same faculty, so we couldn't avoid each other so much.
Are you sure you didn't
I did some homework too as well, so but I think I gave her the space, but at the same time I wasn't distant as well. So it was
I like that.
Like, okay, she wasn't, I can't force her to enter my car, so that was fine. But whenever I noticed that she needs help, I'm still offered the help. I still sent a hello text and whatever I was doing before, I tried to continue doing it as much as still trying to give her a space, whichever way that is possible.
You planned one?
No, I know why she asked that question before my wife would go.
That was nice.
Yes.
Were you asking a question?
No.
Okay. I know why she asked that question, and I will just, maybe drive it home a little bit more. Was there a feeling of rejection?
It depends on the perspective you take it from.
Okay.
I could have taken it as this girl is just started playing hard to get, that kind of a thing. But I suppose at that time, I kind of liked what
was going on.
Well, I liked the person I liked who she was.
Okay.
I was starting to have feelings for her. So, to be honest, her telling me that she would take the bus. I can take the bus, but I'll still meet up with you wherever I need to.
That's your own.
That was kind of my
Exactly.
to it.
Now she can run, but she cannot hide.
And the conviction, yeah.
Right. Convention. Okay. But maybe before we get to the conviction side of things, I think as much as she played distance and all of that, eventually we ended up still talking. And I clearly remember, because I don't forget certain things, Tosin telling me to come for, it was a youth program.
Let your name be praised. Let your name be praised.
It was one of the grace that was ministry.
Blackwater.
Yeah, in Blackwater. And I can't clearly remember the topic, but the take home for the day, because I like taking home one or two things, was when you want to, if a guy likes you or makes intention towards you, tell him to go and see your pastor. That was my summary take home. And obviously, I've already told her my intention. That was kind of the take home at that message. And I knew that Madame would bring it up. So lo and behold, I think we went, I can't remember whether we went for a walk or whatever, because when we want to talk, we either meet up in Tesco, in the car in Tesco, or we go for a walk. I knew that she was going to say something. And what she kind of just said to me was, well, if you say you are interested in me or you like me, well, you've heard what was said. My stand is go and meet the pastor. And I just looked at her at that point. I was like, I'm only just telling you something, and you're dropping that I should just go and meet. To be honest, I didn't take it lightly. I just kind of told her, I can't remember what exactly I said to her. I didn't say no, but I wasn't pleased with the answer that she gave me at that point. But then, I suppose that started the beginning of your question, because for me, I am close with my own pastor, so going to go and meet your pastor,
Another person's pastor.
it was not something that, especially to say something like that.
You have to be sure.
Yeah, exactly. So it made me question what I was saying to her myself. That began my because I wasn't going to just go and meet the pastor and just say, listen, I like this girl and I just want to go out with her, or something like that. Even though I could have done that. But I just wanted to be sure of, okay, I've said this to her. Okay, this is her response. I know eventually I will still go and meet this man, but the way she's even saying before we start, because it was before we start. So, and for me, I took my time. I was still friends with her, but for her, it's like I've not made any intention unless I go and meet for us to even to. Whereas for me, it's like, okay, well, that's what you're saying, but I needed to be sure. As much as I said I have feelings and everything, don't get me wrong, I want to be sure before I make that decision. Because for me, I don't take it lightly. But that was kind of like my own personal, and that began my search for my quest to Baba God to be sure of what I'm saying to her.
And when you got that answer, what did you do?
I called Daddy Daniel.
No. How did he know when we got the answer?
Right. To be honest, the summary truth to it was I was convicted in my spirit about it. Obviously, I had feelings for her. I can easily have feelings for other people when you see, but there was a conviction about her because she, at that time too, she had her flaws, but she had. So if you were going to weigh plus and minuses, there were pluses, there were minuses. Don't look like that, everybody. I'm not saying anything.
My sister is perfect.
Amen, sister.
Anyway, but the point I was just making is that for me, I got to that point where I had that boldness in me. So it made, like I said, when she said it to me, I was kind of go and meet your pastor. But they got to a point where I had that boldness in my spirit to be able to say, I can walk up to his office and say what I need to say to him. And that was where my point. Now, in saying that too as well, I was still talking to her, and like there were times I would tell her a scripture, she would take the scripture and just kind of just dissect it as if I've said nothing. And what do you mean is this? You could just be, just you could just take that scripture. And I remember then I used to say, what was it? It was this scripture that I normally say to her. A man after God's heart. Trying to remember it because I know it's in the Old Testament and the New Testament. And whenever I say it to Tosin, she breaks the scripture as if it's got no relevance to her at all. That was my summary to it at that time anyway. And after a point, I didn't bother anymore with, we'll have the conversation, I'll tell her whatever revelation I have. She just like, I don't think that's good enough. It's like, go and pray more, go.
You think she was too spiritual for your liking?
To be honest, at that point, yes, man. To be honest.
I know what I can understand.
I'm not going to lie. To be honest, at that point.
So don't try to find yourself.
No, pass the mic down. The mic down. What kind of stuff did you say to him?
Yeah. Exactly.
At that time. No, you.
She's asking you a question.
No, I asked a simple question. I said if. So he gave me his convictions or things that led to his conviction at the early stage, and I asked him that if those convictions were for him to, empty his bank accounts, leave his job, and go and start a church in Iraq. Would he go straight away? Would he go? And like one thing I'll always appreciate was his honesty, which was no. And I was like, well, going to Iraq, living your whole life savings and traveling to Iraq to start a church is nothing as serious as marriage. So that was why I discredited his convictions. That was my interpretation of it, that okay, you have some sort of convictions, but there's still room for more. Because if it was Iraq,
spiritual enough.
No, I wasn't that. Yeah, I wasn't convinced by his conviction.
All right.
Yeah.
Now that you're you're expecting to say, you said you should go to Iraq. Can you go to Iraq too?
If God,
They want to carry one to Jericho. They don't go to. They don't want to halfway.
No, not even just that. Like, if God was to say to me to go to Iraq now, I'm knowing the kind of person I am, I will ask God like 12 times or 1,000,000 times just for me to be rest assured, because I don't want to get to Iraq and then be thinking, was it God or was it my head?
Okay, let me at that point just pause and then we will continue. Assuming if he was a gifted talker like me, and he answered you then and said, if I get the kind of conviction I have for you now, if I'm going to Iraq, then I will go. What would have been your response? You know, he was sincere. He said,
Yes,
no, he won't go.
Yes,
but what if he, is somebody who knows how to put words together, and he says, the kind of conviction I have for you now is something that if I have the same about going to Iraq, then I will go. What would have been your response?
Well, knowing the kind of person that he is, I knew at that stage that he is someone who would, like, he has integrity, wouldn't mix and match, he wouldn't mince words. And I personally, in my heart of hearts, I wasn't, like you said, I wasn't convinced by his conviction. So even if he came to me and said yes, I still had to be convinced by his conviction, and I still had to get my own personal conviction as well. So I just said that to him to kind of just push him towards getting
Now you are
his own conviction rather than for my own conviction. No. And another, like, what he also ensured was, he was like, you know, it's not, I don't want it to be like, oh, daddy prayed about this and he says, oh, he's good for you, and then you go. I want you to get your own conviction as well. So it wasn't, his conviction wasn't going to be my conviction. But at the same time, I think I just wanted, I was on the journey, defensive,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
I wanted to get him off my back.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Now the lesson from that is this, because it's a very, very dangerous path to tread. The reason why it is very dangerous is that if he had given you that type of response, and you still, you are still adamant